Alrighty everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are working back on the 6.4 yet again. We're going to try and tackle a lot of electrical gremlins, and we're going to use that with the help of the software called FORScan. FORScan is made either by Ford or Ford enthusiasts. It's a free software you can download on your computer. The only cost you need is a OBDLink cable. This was recommended on their website. I will link the Amazon link down below. It was about 70 bucks, so far that's my only cost into this. We're going to use that to diag any errors we have, possibly try and do a reset on the smart junction box. I kind of talked about in my last video, all the electrical gremlins that I have right now seem to tie back to that smart junction box, which is the inside cab fuse box. A guy in my last video named Aaron commented and said I should just try and get FORScan and reset it. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do today. I've never used FORScan. The few things I want to get checked off is I want functioning turn signals and brake lights on the right side of the truck. I want my HVAC controls to work again. That's the goal on the reset, and then the diag to see what other things we can find. Let's fire up the laptop. Let's hook the software up to the truck and see what we can get. So first thing we had to do after we hooked up the cable to the truck is that we had to download some drivers for the cable. We had to do a little bit of diag to get the cable to talk with the software. It wasn't super hard. I just had to Google something and follow a couple steps, and we got her connected. There we go. All right, we're loading now. I have no idea what I'm doing. First thing we're gonna do is go to DCTs, and as you can see, we have a lot. ACM, there's none. HVAC, there's none, which kind of sucks because I have nothing for HVAC. Driver seat module is none, which is kind of crazy because the seat is beat to shit. We got some check engine codes. I've already mentioned these. A lot of PCM control codes. Let's see. Oh. Loose battery, I have that problem. Back press, exhaust back pressure. Fan speed sensor broken, not good. Cooling fan control circuit. Okay. I don't know what the fuck this thing means. Powertrain control module. What I'm really after though is the body control module. Trailer brake control module. How do I reset this? Read, reset. Whoa, I didn't mean to reset everything. Second ignition off, second ignition back on. Okay, we lost a lot of codes, that's good. I still don't have any HVAC controls. Yeah, I'm not getting any feedback from any of the buttons. But I don't have any HVAC errors, which is really weird. I don't have anything for body control module. Do I have right turn signals now? Yo, I do have right turn signals now. Sick. Well, that fixed that issue. Do I have brake lights? Yo, that is awesome. Check it out, y'all. We fixed that. Brake lights. Right turn signal, which I didn't have before. Left turn signal. Sick. I wonder if we have trailer connections now. Oh, sick. That was like really easy. I didn't have to replace the... That's awesome. I don't have any HVAC stuff still though. And I do have some codes on the 4-wheel drive. Transfer case, 2-wheel drive circuit open. This could be all from me too, from all the stuff that I've done. I might actually reset this transfer case stuff because I did disconnect this. It came right back up. So I got powertrain control module. OBD system's not ready. Interesting. Exhaust back pressure circuit. The transmission control module. Power supply to the KAM fuse. Keep alive memory. Oh, okay. So I can't believe that fixed my turn signal issue though. That's sick. That means we can start driving this truck again, y'all. I'm hyped on that. Now let's fuck with some HVAC shit. I think... No, not that. We can go in here. No, we can't mess with anything HVAC. Oh, it's because we don't have a license. We're only limited to a few things because we don't have a license yet. But the bright side is we have turn signals and brake lights. We are like safe to drive now. That's so sick. What time is it? 9 o'clock. You know what? Screw it. This is a brand new camera. Let's test its nighttime abilities and hook this truck up to a trailer and see if we got trailer lights. That'd be sweet. Brake lights, they're so beautiful. All right, check this out, y'all. I'm gonna throw my hazards on and hop out and show you guys that we have blinkies on all around this thing. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that's all it took. No! Why ain't no blinky no more? What's going on? What the? Dude, it was just working. That tells me we might have some ground issues. All right, let's turn off hazards and just turn on a right turn signal. Bro, come on, you were just working, dude. Am I tripping or is it just not working? Is it wanting to? It kind of looks like it's trying. I don't know if it's going to diffuse it enough. It kind of looks like it's trying to. That's really weird. I think I'm going to set up the tripod mode and hit the brake lights and see what happens. All right. Brake lights. I don't see any on the right. Man, what the hell? Okay, let me turn off lights. Where am I light? Oh, I turned it on auto. Okay, now do we have brake lights on the right? What just happened? Wait, what is going on? Are those my right? Oh, look at, whoa, okay. That tells me this flatbed's wired bad. Okay, what does left do? Okay, we got some junky wiring in the flatbed. That's why you can't see it when the running lights are on, because it's dimming everything. So there's the real problem behind that. And I bet the smart junction box was starting to notice the shorts in that, and it was just like, you know what, we're just done giving power to the rear right light because it's fucking shit up. So that makes sense. All right, let's I guess start diving into flatbed wiring.
12 o'clock midnight.
All right, I've done some digging around underneath the truck. Let me show you what I have discovered. Before I went underneath the truck, I disconnected all the cables, found the harness that comes up and over, and then we'll show you underneath. Take a peek ski down here. I've already kind of torn into this a good amount, but followed the upper cable up there down to this little like junction box that is part of the flatbed. This guy right here, sorry, the lighting is ridiculous. Camera's kind of blocking it all. But yeah, that guy right there, that is the junction box for the flatbed. And then it ties into the factory connections here. So the ground for the bed is here, tied it to here on the frame member. Well, main Ford harness ground is right here. It's a big boy bolt. And so what I did here, I got my meter set to continuity. So, which the meter sends a little bit of voltage through these pins, and then, well, stand by, hang on, I swear I tested the beep function before. Okay, I swear to God if this works now, but it sends some voltage through, so when you touch the pins together, you get a beep noise, which means electricity has the path to go through. So what happened was, as I stuck this on the ground screw here, and then put it on the ground here, and I get nothing. I checked the resistance too, not just continuity, and I got nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bolt off, see if I have a ring lug big enough to go around this bolt, and then I'm going to cut this wire and put a longer lead on it and tie it to the same ground as the chassis, because this wire right here on the engine, or on the frame harness, should go directly back to the battery, or somewhere closer where it's more of a direct ground. That's like the kind of the point of that frame bond right there. So to this rat's nest, but it does go to that junction box. So this will be much better. I will clean this up later. Let's go test. All right, let's check our lights. Okay, key on. Left turn signal. Right turn signal. And it's still blinking into everything. So it's part of that junction box thing now. That's annoying. Flatbeds are stupid. Now I just kind of want to trade that guy for a dually bed. Alrighty, y'all. So some further investigation. I have decided that I'm actually going to probably just run a wire from the right side brake lights to the factory harness, bypass all that little junction box from the flatbed, because even if I sell the flatbed, someone's gonna have that issue, and I just don't want to do that to them. And like I said, the potential buyer I have for this wants the flatbed. It's a farmer, he wants to haul hay, so that is what we got to get going. I think it's gonna be the easiest and the simplest solution. So tomorrow, if I got some time, I'm gonna try and do that. It shouldn't take it really shouldn't be all that much effort. So we're gonna knock that out. Yeah, that's the plan. So let's jump to tomorrow. I've done a little bit of tinkering on this. I decided to quickly figure out if it's a ground problem on these lights here. So what I did is I took a wire to the ground off all these lights, which is the white, and just tied it exactly to that frame point that we were looking at last night. So I just slapped that on real quick, hoping that was the solution. But if we throw the hazards back on the truck real quick, you can see that our running lights are still blinking. So now I'm on the theory that the wires are swapped on the flatbed and the running light wire is crossed with the right turn and brake signal wire. But I don't know if that really makes sense either though, now that I'm thinking about it, because the trucks had running lights. Did the truck have running lights? So that's where I'm at. I'm going to do some more diag and troubleshooting, and I'll touch base with you guys soon. Alright, so I just decided to just go all into this and just really start diagging this stuff. I cut the connections from the truck wiring to the flatbed with the running lights and the right brake and turn signal circuit, and then I just started testing it with the meter to confirm which wire was which, and then jumping the two of them together and seeing which one gave me the backlit to where things would turn on without me wanting them to. Once I chased the problem down to the right side signal circuit itself, I decided just to bypass that wiring within the flatbed and hook it directly to the truck. I took what I had as my bypass ground, put my ground back on, and now just wired this directly to the green, which is the right turn signal, and then wired this yellow wire directly to the truck and bypass the rest of the flatbed itself. So I'm gonna plug these in, set up the camera, and you guys are gonna let me know if it worked or not. Okay, let's give it a shot. First thing we're gonna do is check running lights and make sure that that side's not super bright, because it was kind of showing that before. It all seems to be good. Good news. Now we're gonna turn the running lights off and turn on just the turn signal. Please be it. Yes, there we go. Okay, no lights. Nice strong lights. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's throw on the hazards, see if we get backfed. We shouldn't, but let's just check all of our bases here, even though it's all the same wire. Beautiful, okay. Check brake lights. Perfect. We did it, y'all. We did it. I don't need to change my name. That's why I'm called Electric Smith. We figured it out. Pretty hyped on that one. Took a while to get there, took some splicing and stuff, but sometimes you gotta do it. It sucks, but sometimes you just gotta cut shit apart and put it back together just to make sense of it all. And now it makes sense. So I'm gonna slap all these lights on, and we can drive this truck legally and safely. That's the biggest thing. So now all that's left is getting the 7-pin figured out. I ordered one. It still hasn't showed up yet. It's supposed to show up today, but I'm probably not gonna be able to get to it today, so I'll have to jump back in it tomorrow. Alrighty, y'all. Unfortunately, that's all the time we had for this weekend. I wanted to do more, and there's still more diag to come. But on the plus side, we have functioning brake lights and turn signals now, so that's a huge, huge win. Next weekend, I would like to get the trailer 7-pin rewired. I have a lot of things I need to fix on that, but I had to get the proper parts. I tried to get the right parts this weekend. I ended up buying some cheap junk that I'm returning. So next weekend, be on the lookout for that, and we're still gonna dive into getting the HVAC controls functioning. And then once that's there, we can kind of gut this interior, refresh this interior, and have a pretty solid truck after that. And then I gotta decide if I'm selling it or if I'm gonna keep it and keep the aura on the truck going. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.